Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm going to try and persuade you that texting while driving can cause car accidents. Everyone in the world loves to text and drive, but it's very unsafe to do both at the same time. While texting and driving means you're not paying attention to the road or to the other cars around you. While texting and driving, sudden braking occurs when you are not paying attention to your surroundings. A few years ago, I was on my phone texting and driving and was paying more attention to my phone. Since I was paying more attention to my phone and not on the road, I ended up slamming on my brakes and getting into a terrible car accident. This accident totaled my car and almost cost mine and the other driver's life. The accident was one of the scariest moments of my life, for two reasons. First, I almost lost my life, and second, it was all because I was texting and not paying attention. One major thing that has happened since all the accidents has happened, in most all states and countries have banned texting while driving because all of the lives it has taken. Now I'm going to tell you all the worst things that can happen while texting and driving. When you text and drive, a lot of the stuff can occur, like sudden stop accidents, also known as car braking. Car braking happens when you're not paying attention and slam into the car in front of you. One of the main times car braking happens, unfortunately, is with texting and driving. Almost every state has banned texting and driving because almost every night someone is injured or killed in a car accident. When you watch the news and see a loved one was killed because someone was texting, you want justice done about it. Thankfully, in most states, it is now against the law to text and drive, but unfortunately not all states. But it needs to be all states to stop these accidents. Texting and driving has gotten so bad that not only states but even countries have banned it. In most states and countries, 1 out of 4 car accidents happen because people would rather pay attention to their phones instead of their surroundings. It has been proven that people get into car accidents because of texting more than drunk driving. The United States, Finland, and South Korea are 3 of the main countries that unfortunately text and driving occur the most. Another horrible thing that can happen while texting and driving is people don't pay attention to the important rules while driving. For example, when you're texting, you pay more attention to your phone instead of signaling into another lane and can cause a car accident. When you don't signal and you're texting, you don't know when it's safe to move over, and you just move when you feel like it is safe. It's so sad when you hear about car accidents because you never believe it could happen because of texting. Texting and driving has gotten so bad that even phone companies are campaigning people not to do it. Some phone companies have even created an app that knows when you're driving, so if you get a text, you can't answer until you're not driving. Some apps that can support people to not text and drive might even pay you to not text and to focus on the road. Most phone companies have even created commercials to support and inform people how dangerous texting and driving can be. One major cell phone company that supports people to not text and drive is called AT&T. AT&T has even created a pledge called It Can Wait. It started in 2010, spreading the message that getting distracted while texting and driving can wait, which includes texting and driving. AT&T has even created its own app called Drive Mode, which is allow your phone to be on silent to incoming calls and text messages. Drive Mode was created 3 years after iPhone came out. It made it easier to download on a smartphone. Since Drive Mode was created, 20 million people have downloaded it to help support It Can Wait. These are the top reasons why people shouldn't text and drive, but people still do it, and it needs to stop. In conclusion, texting and driving, sometimes that happens every day, and it needs to stop. States, countries, and even phone companies are encouraging people to not text and drive. People driving for years, but the moment you start texting and driving, you can cause a car braking and it leads to accidents. Almost all states have started banning texting and driving, but we need to get all states to ban for the safety of others. People need to obey the law and watch the commercials to understand texting and driving is a bad habit and it needs to stop. All it takes is 5 minutes to look away from the road to answer a text and a small little screen to cause a horrific car accident and even take a life. Texting and driving does car accidents and it needs to stop. People's lives are at stake.